our 6 sisters down Swanage Way, boots by the door before break of day. All different minds but the same old plan, beat the tide before the tourist can. One read books, one trusted luck, one swore blind she could smell good rock. One packed tea, one packed pies, one just laughed when the rest told lies. They walked the shore in a crooked line, argued fossils, weather time, that's a nodule, no it's bone, put it back, I'm taking it home. They searched through shale, they searched through doubt, picked up half the beach, threw half back out, found things whole and found things split, and lost a hammer more than once a bit. Swanage cliffs watched all this go.
At this location, I like to bring a couple of tools with me, a geological hammer and a chisel with a safety guard. Anything where there's rocks that's quite heavy, these two are obviously quite important. When using any geological hammer, you must always make sure you bring with you safety wear, either specs or goggles, and gloves, which are just in case you happen to miss the chisel. There is another important issue with places like this where you have got chalk. Now the chalk is very alkalic and it can irritate your skin, make them dry, crack, sometimes it can burn your skin. So it's better to wear gloves when you're handling rocks like this. It will protect your hands and your skin.
The first section of the cliffs at Swanage Bay are part of the upper Wealden Group. These colourful shales, clays and occasional limestones are similar to those on the Isle of Wight and in the Hastings area in Sussex. In recent years there has been an increase in rates of erosion here, so finds are becoming more frequent. We will explore this area first before walking further north.
Oh wow, look at this. I think this actually might be a roll piece of dinosaur bone. Looks very interesting. I think I'm going to take this back and have a further look at it.
Dinosaur bones can indeed be found at Swanage. They come from the Wealden. Most of these are in fragments and are generally worn by the sea. On further investigation, this was indeed a rolled dinosaur bone. Here are some more examples we've found in the past. Further north, you will come to the lower Greensand and slipped galt. These are also similar to that on the Isle of Wight. The galt is the dark grey clay. Walking further north, the upper Greensand is the most fossiliferous of these beds, and this is where you'll find most of the fossils. Further still, chalk from the grey chalk subgroup and the white chalk subgroup takes you all the way to Ballard Point.
So along this stretch of the beach, if you look down here, this is actually the Greensand formation. And in the formation, you'll find lots of different shells like this. And I've just spotted up here actually, there's a brachiopod. Now obviously these are all in situ, so we're not able to get any of these out. But they're literally everywhere along there. I thought I spotted an echinoid.
There's two types of rock here. You've got the Cretaceous greensand and also the chalk. The greensand is really easy to identify because it's this kind of colour, this greeny grey colour. Now what's remarkable is that you will find that this is extremely hard, but when it's actually in its cliff, it's actually quite soft. That's because when it goes exposed to the air, it becomes very hard. So this piece here that's quite loose is quite hard. But this section here, this is where it hasn't quite been exposed to the air. And at this particular state, you can see it's mushy and soft. So any fossils you find in this particular state are significantly more easy to extract than they are when the greensand becomes hard. This section of greensand here to me looks like it's in situ. So it appears to be attached to the bedrock. That means that it's not something you can actually hammer. Under SSSI rules, this is strictly not allowed to be touched. But we can look here and we can see just how packed it is in shells. So we have a lot of oysters, we have bivalves, we have an extraordinary number of shells, tightly compact in this area. Now this must have been here for quite some time because it's quite hard and exposed to the air.
We managed to extract this beautiful bivalve from the greensand. It came out really well.
Searching along the foreshore is the best place for echinoids. Micraster echinoids are very common from Swanage. This specimen was found on our last trip. Unfortunately, we didn't find much today at this location, which is a great shame because we would love to have shown you some pieces on the camera. But we do, however, have some finds from our previous past trips. As always, thank you for watching. We enjoy making these videos, so to help our channel, please remember to like and subscribe.